me, I know it is.
Every time. Every time. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Cult of Collectors. As always, Charlie, good evening, sir. John, good evening, sir. I'm Jody.
What's up?
Tonight, we are going to have a smorgasbord of guests just pop in as they're available. And we're talking Thor, most recently, Thor Love and Thunder. Our thoughts, our feelings, our score out of 5 stars. And so there will be spoilers. We'll start light. We'll go for a little while with no spoilers as long as we can. And also tonight, if you join us, make sure you comment, and that'll push you in the giveaway. And then also, I think pretty much like at past times, we've had lots of guests. Any guest that pops in, we'll put them in the giveaway too. And we'll do that at the end of the show. Here, probably like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. And we'll do the death wheel, where your name will get entered, and we'll slowly tick away everybody until we find our winner. Tonight, do we have that picture available, John? Tonight's giveaway, kind of a theme for the night. Tonight's giveaway is going to be an exclusive Regal Screen X poster, and they are numbered, so that's going to be nice. So that's going to be our big giveaway this evening. So definitely comment. Ask us questions. Throw in your comments about the film or any past Thor movie. I think we're going to talk about them all. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
How are we?
Doing good.
Doing all good.
All right. Awesome. Awesome.
So where were you guys wanting to start at?
Well, I can mention a brief little movie that I got to watch yesterday that's fairly new in general, and that's hey, what's up? The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Seabass!
Seabass, what's up, bro?
What's up, man?
How was that?
I enjoyed it. I got it right here because I did a TikTok video earlier, but this movie, I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious. I mean, because it's a movie about Nick Cage.
Right.
Yeah, so it definitely throws you for a loop. You know, it's wondering how much of his elements did they really take from his life, and how much is it just mainly comedy and made up, you know?
Right.
Thank you.
Hope we got some people in here already.
Such a great movie.
How's it going, buddy? How you doing tonight?
Oh, good.
How many times have you seen this movie now? 3 times. So I've only
watched it once.
I went last night.
Yes, I mean, me personally, I thought it was good. I figured before we go into Love and Thunder is kind of talk about the movies that came before it.
Oh,
I know
we can do that.
One.
I got this one.
Jody's got, he's got that one. So the first Thor.
Thor?
Yeah, let's talk about first Thor. Like, who liked the first one or who didn't like the first one here?
It took me a while to get on board with that one.
Okay.
I liked it. I liked the first one. Yeah.
I did like it.
I appreciated it more after the third one.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I kind of after watching Love and Thunder, I kind of miss original Thor. I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of missing Thor from Thor 1, but we can get into that later.
Not goofy
we
Thor.
can dive into that later.
Yeah, I'm kind of missing OG Thor just a little.
Yeah.
After Love and Thunder.
I can agree with that.
But yeah, overall, I thought it definitely fit in to Phase 1 nicely. It was a good introduction to the character, I feel like.
It got all the nice
I could not have imagined we'd be sitting here talking about a fourth Thor movie.
Oh, I know.
It's kind of shocking as it is, but
oh, definitely. I mean, me personally, the first Thor, I'm a sucker for Natalie Portman in general, so when I heard that she was a part of it, I was like, okay, well, if she's in it, then I'm definitely going to be watching it. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
good or bad, I'm going to watch it. You know, kind of thing. And after watching it, I was actually really impressed with it because, of course, seeing Iron Man before that and the Incredible Hulk and those movies, and watching this one, it was more of like, okay, now we get to go outside the planet, where other beings and gods and creatures are going to be. And once we got a taste of that, it was like, okay, well, what else can we do next?
Right.
And that's where like the other titles come in.
Pandora's box is open right after that.
That's right.
How's
Who's
it
that?
going? Forever Online 20.
Hello,
Forever Online 20.
Oh, how's it
Says
going?
hi.
Hey.
Everybody's silent.
I'm trying to get some. I'm gonna post on the story that we are live, so everybody knows that. A lot of people still get confused on the time.
Yeah, they do.
Time zones.
It's easy to lose track of the time when we go live, especially when we put the words 8 p.m. EST and then 5 p.m. PST, and they're like, the hell does that mean? I don't have a psychosis problem,
Well, it's just like the new Marvel movies. They got to spell out everything they're doing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
They're just not making you.
Hey, everybody, we just desaturated the screen. You notice it doesn't have any, you notice there's no color now?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Oh my! Speaking of like saturated colors, it's funny you mentioned that. The Edge of Tomorrow, Live Die Repeat, the Steelbook. I saw someone do an unboxing. It looks ugly.
Really?
The colors are faded and everything.
Huh. I
Just
haven't
yeah.
got mine.
The Dark Phoenix Steelbook was all nice and blurry.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny to mention that because you
That's
had
a-
mentioned color fade.
It's about like the movies, blurry. Yeah.
Well, after
I
the.
mean,
Go
They
ahead.
had such a good thing going with the first couple. Well, Apocalypse isn't that great either, but they're
Still
kind of
enjoyed it.
they're fun to watch. But
There's gonna be a
Yeah.
crossover between Moon Knight and Apocalypse.
Oh no.
It's gonna be Moon Knight's other alter ego.
Nah,
It
it kind of makes sense.
Same actor,
Kind of
right?
makes sense.
Yeah, right? And his Egyptian mythology.
no, I enjoyed seeing the very first Thor. It was I'd probably read a few of the comics when I was a kid. It wouldn't like it's I just like the fact that they were. The problem is a lot of the characters are pretty pivotal in the Marvel universe. Like Iron Man, Iron Man wasn't a popular comic, but Iron Man he showed up everywhere because he was the director of Shield, and so he was he crossed over a whole lot into different comic books and things like that. So and Thor, had a lot of obviously was an Avenger and things like that. So I just didn't. I enjoyed seeing that. I thought that was a great story. It was not one that I particularly thought I would get into as much, but I just felt they did a really great job making the first movie and made it and all those original movies, the Iron Man movie and what else was kind
Incredible
of an oddball. Yeah, but that's a bigger character, he's kind of like one of the probably top 3 Marvel characters of all time. So I mean, selling Hulk over Thor is much easier than at that time period. It's much easier than Thor. So I enjoy their early choices, trying to get these characters that are very important but not very popular to the forefront.
Yeah.
It just made it pivotal to make the Avengers because they were all some of the main characters in the Avengers. So
The cream of the crop.
and, yeah.
Rise to the top.
I just shared a
they-
band with my sister earlier, so she just messaged me. Called Bad Omens.
But I guess moving on to nobody's talking about Thor, but I like the second movie myself. I personally like the
Dark World, yeah.
I personally like Dark World, especially a lot of the stuff it kind of sets up along the way. I mean, a lot of people kind of
Yeah, a lot of
toss it
people hated
aside.
on
But
it.
it's one of those movies. The more you watch it, the better it gets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I like that they went back and called back to it as as we got into Endgame and Infinity War, stuff like that. They went and called back to it, and I was like, you know what?
The
Hell
important
yeah.
parts.
Yeah. He's like, go back and let everybody know that film was actually better than what you thought it was. You go recheck it out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
People made it sound worse than what it was.
Yeah.
It's just I didn't understand why people were hating on Dark World so much. It's almost like people were afraid that Marvel could get serious.
I think it fell.
It wasn't as kid friendly.
Yeah, I think.
I thought it was one of the better ones.
Didn't Iron Man 2 came out before Thor 2, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so, yes.
And then and everybody kind of, I think everybody was like, oh, that Marvel's not gonna, they can't do a sequel. And so of course the next sequel to happen was Thor, and they were like, oh, let's see how this goes. So I think everybody kind of went into it, I think, a little optimistic and closed-minded about it, because a lot of people were let down by Iron Man 2. I enjoyed Iron Man 2, don't get me wrong. But there was a lot of people that just did not like Iron Man 2. I think they went into Thor 2 thinking we were seeing the decline of Marvel. And
oh yeah.
As soon as that happened,
yeah, and then you put them all together and you're like, oh shit.
Definitely.
Well, I think I like Iron Man 2 better than 3. And,
for sure.
The thing about 3, I think, hurts it for me is because I've read Extremis, the actual book, and the way they could have actually went, and then this adding it was just like the surface layer part of the comic that was thrown in there just to call it Extremis, like to make it sound cool, but the storyline, there's just some elements in there, but it's just kind of a weak storyline that they came up with. It just when you got the material, I just don't understand. It's like the Green Lantern movie when you have just great. When you have great material to work with, there was a great series of comics that was out about the same time that Jeff Johns had written, and he produced the damn movie, and that's a shit script that we got.
Yeah,
it makes no sense at all.
Yeah,
but it's kind of the same thing with Iron Man 3. We just got it kind of a, it's just bad script.
They need a better direction.
Yeah.
Who would you guys pick to play Green Lantern though, if you had to choose?
Now?
Yeah, like now, today's actors.
Jamie Foxx.
I don't know if I could do that. That's a good question.
I don't know.
I can look alone. I'm not talking about acting ability, but just look alone. I could see Idris Elba being Green Lantern just by a cosplay. You could see him play.
I knew this guy was going to show up tonight, guys.
Oh, who's it?
Thor sucks. Full of cringe and awkward scenes.
Oh, no.
Still better than Thor 1 and 2. They just...
You are not allowed to talk, sir.
Super biased.
It'd be fun to have... Now, I agree about the new Thor, but I don't agree about Thor 1 and 2, though. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I agree with you for 3, so...
I don't know.
I mean, because, like I said, as much shit people talked about Thor, the Dark World, the second one, I enjoyed it. I thought because of it being a little bit more darker, a little bit more grimmer, it's had a more serious tone to it. And it's like, no, we don't want that. We want it to be more family friendly, where kids can go see this. And it's like, okay, we'll just lighten the violence.
Yeah.
So the violence will be there, but there will be no blood, kind of thing.
Like in the new one, they made everything gold blood.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just covered in gold splatters. Like, come on, guys.
I know. Oh my God. Yeah.
I saw it in 4DX, and I was there ready for the water to splash me. So,
I've yet to experience a 4DX film.
Make sure.
Same here. I have just DFX. Oh, who is it?
No, Hector joined us, and he died, and he's upside down.
He's Spider-Man.
He's upside down.
You just stay like that the whole time.
You need to stay upside down. Just stay upside down the whole time.
I'm gonna laugh if he's like, "Nah, it makes me dizzy."
No, no.
No, he's like, Hector.
He's like, "You guys are making fun of me." Click. He's probably trying to fix his camera. I think that's what he's trying to do.
Well, I think I think out of the 4, I'm still gonna put Ragnarok as the best out of the 4. Mainly because we didn't get we got something new. We got a character that we've seen twice in a solo film and multiple group films, and they took it and they gave us something just completely new, and I loved that about the film. And they made him funnier than before, but they didn't make him stupid. I appreciated that.
Like before.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of made him stupid.
He was like the airhead jock from high school.
Yeah.
That's the impression I got. But
and
still funny.
I love the whole team up. I love that they brought Hulk in on it. Everybody's role in that movie for me had a purpose and a point.
Yep.
And it was just
Hey.
There he is.
What's going on?
He's not upside down now. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Awesome.
All right, cool. We were just kind of recapping the past Thor movies. We've kind of went over our thoughts about 1 and 2, and we just walked into Ragnarok to kind of get an overall. But you could more than welcome to give us kind of like your recap on how you felt about the original 2.
Well, unpopular opinion, I loved part 2.
We're all kind of with you, man.
there.
We're all kind of with you.
Yeah, I like part 2 more than part 1.
I can get behind.
Was it the more like darkness of it about it? Because I know out of all of us, you're a big DC guy, so
A lot more serious.
Yeah, and I like the just like the overall aesthetics of it. Yeah, the and just the growth that as a character from Thor, and I liked his relationship with Loki. Like I liked their
love-hate.
That was
So
really
cohesive.
really really fun to see them work together, especially towards like in the second half of the movie. They were, I thought that was really cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially in Ragnarok when you see their like kinship get a little bit closer.
Oh yeah.
When they're kind of reminiscing the old days, and Thor telling him like, "Dude, you were the person I looked up to."
Mhm.
Like fuck, all these years I've been doing it wrong.
I know you didn't say crap. What?
Oh, sorry.
But no, that was what I liked about Ragnarok was just Thor and Loki trying to basically rekindle something that Loki thought was lost in a sense.
Right.
Did anybody notice what happened to his eyebrows? They were like super blonde in the first movie.
Oh yeah, they were.
Yeah.
I guess it just, I don't know.
They bleached them.
Too much lightning, I guess, and just turned black.
Yeah,
The next movie,
yeah.
They were like
It's
dark.
thunder.
Too much thunder.
Thunder, yeah.
Yeah, that was something I never understood. Why was his eyebrows that color? And then all of a sudden, number 2, and then on, they were his natural color, basically.
You probably got pissed off about those fake eyebrows. Like, bro, I ain't wearing this shit no more. Crap.
Yeah, no, but I like 2 a lot. I thought the Dark Elves were they're a pretty badass villain, but they weren't like utilized great, all that good. But I like the villain themselves, like in the comics, they were really badass. But the writing was a little off. But I was overall, it's not that bad. I don't really. What was the end credit scene to that movie? Was it
Which one?
Dark World.
Oh, I think that's where we actually see Thanos, his face.
I'll do it myself.
Yeah, I can't remember.
For Dark World. No, that was the end credit for
first.
That was the end credit for Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was it Loki? Loki. His dad turned into Loki, right? I think that was the end credit.
That might have been it. Yeah.
Well, wait, wasn't there a post-credit scene? Should I say after-credit scene with Thor: Dark World where it's Thanos in a chair?
with one of his little minions talking to him.
That was Avengers, the first Avengers, I think, when he's in.
Was that? I could have sworn that was
the first Avengers end credit was where you just got he just kind of turned his head a little bit. And we got a profile and he smiled. There was one where one of his somebody and I forget who it was. They had a purpose, or it was supposed to be somebody, but I don't think we ever saw him again. Actually, came up and was talking to him, and they were in space, but I don't remember which one that. Yeah, I don't remember which end credit that was.
Like 2 or 3 times because I know the first Avengers, it was like a human hand. He was like a regular dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looking dude.
And then the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, that's when he got that.
Yeah.
But even like the collectible for the Guardians of the Galaxy Thanos looks nothing like the one we'd get in Infinity War.
Yeah.
Well, Thor.
I had the hot point for that one. It definitely does not look like Josh Brolin.
I know. Is it even 12 inches? It was like a little short. That one's a little short. It looks. I've seen it
it's pretty good. It's pretty good size. Yeah, I got that one. It's not displayed at the moment, but I got that one. It's between 12 and 13ish. But the throne is the best part.
Gotcha. Yeah, back to Thor. Yeah, I thought part 2 was cool. Part 3, I'll be honest, it took a little few watches to get used to the comedy aspect. Like it's just
same here.
And then before, what was the movie before that one? His appearance was in his last appearance was Age of Ultron. So it was Age of Ultron. So yeah, it was to go from that to I don't know, I guess a big joke. It was just kind of took a little bit to get used to that.
Yeah, like it had a serious tone and then it went slapstick.
Yeah. And I
that's
know
what
Thor and some of the comics, he was kind of barbaric. He was just a brutal dude in some of the depending on what comics you read. So it was kind of weird. But Chris Hemsworth, he plays the character so good. You can see can kind of look through that. But it's just the writing. The writing sometimes just kind of doesn't do it for me. But
yeah, I can agree with that because Chris Hemsworth, he's a good actor. I believe if they gave him a little bit more creative range on Thor, probably could have made it a lot more better, in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to see some. There were some aspects of this new one where you got to see kind of when Thor gets angry. I kind of want that Thor more often. It made me miss that Thor a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they did that in Ragnarok, when Hela had his head down and everything, and oh my god, just his power up.
Yeah. Ragnarok. I don't think it took me a lot of times watching it because I honestly it was just something.
The first one I really liked it. The first viewing.
Something about it it was just making me smile the whole way through, and it's just I was like what am I watching and why and it's just one of those things. I was like,
why do I like it?
Yeah,
it's just I think 3 words: Jeff Goldblum in space. That's 4 words.
There it is. You know what?
4 words.
How did I forget about that? That's what made the movie.
Yeah,
when he comes dancing in, you're just like, oh, okay, I know what movie I'm watching.
But, I did not like the Hulk in that movie. I didn't like what they did with him. I'll be honest.
Thank you. I did not either.
Like green ass cheeks on the screen. I just like that was.
How we didn't need Thor's ass cheeks.
Well, I know the first the one. I know
somebody.
What's his name? What's the actor, the Incredible Hulk, the first one? With,
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton. Like I know that really isn't the same actor per se, but it's still in the MCU, and
they finally made it canon.
If you compare the two, it's from that Hulk to what we get in Ragnarok, it's crazy to believe that that's what they were going to go with the character.
Yeah,
how brutal it was.
Yeah,
but again, the Chris Hemsworth is just such a good actor, man. It's hard to not like the guy. You want to hang out with him. He was just
definitely.
He does such a good job with whatever they give him.
I kind of feel like Jason Momoa kind of does that too, because when you watch his movies and stuff and then you watch him in his interviews, he seems like he's a fun guy you just want to hang around with.
Yeah.
Yep. You know? And Chris Hemsworth, kind of the same thing. Yeah, he looks awesome on screen, this and that, but then when you see their personality kind of show in talk shows, you know, and they're just laid back, you know, just kind of just chatting or whatever. Like, one of my favorite talk shows is actually Graham Norton, because he gets them to feel comfortable. Like, hey, do you like wine? Here's a glass of wine, you know, stuff like that. As to where today's talk shows in the U.S. don't do that stuff at all. They just promote, and that's it.
You in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about promoting whatever you're there to do, and we might get to a little side story that we've heard 5 different times on different talk shows, but yeah, at least on shows like Graham Norton, you actually get to hear some stuff that you won't get to hear anywhere else, which I enjoy that.
Especially like Matt Damon. He said it was the best talk show that he's had the most fun on ever.
Matt Damon cracks me up.
Yeah.
Movies.
Matt Damon.
What's even funnier that they have another Hemsworth playing.
I know, playing his brother. That was hilarious.
And then they have, I think, is his son or one of the Hemsworth as when that running like montage.
Yeah.
Is one of his kids or something like that.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I didn't know that the little girl who plays Gore's daughter basically is Hemsworth's daughter.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that either.
That's why they have such great chemistry.
Oh, yeah, because, like, after I saw the movie, I saw, like, you know, factual kind of things about it, and they're like, oh, given the fact that da-da-da, that's why it works so well, and I'm like, wow, I didn't even think about that, you know, because I didn't think he would get his, you know, kids into acting or anything like that, but, hey.
Yeah.
They have the same nose. I couldn't get over it. It's like these people look too much alike.
Too much alike.
God damn it.
Well,
but
we're
Christian
coming up
Bale
on go ahead.
Did an amazing job.
Yeah. I was gonna say we're coming up on I think we're at 27 minutes. Well, we're almost 30 minutes in, so I feel like anybody that's here, anybody that's been watching right now, we're gonna hit some spoilers. All right, because we're fixing to dive in. We're gonna dive in to each of our thoughts on Love and Thunder, good or bad. I'm good if everybody just wants to go around real quick and just give their 1 out of 5 star ranking, and then we'll kind of go around and get our deep thoughts about the film. But who wants to go first with and all right, let's start with Charlie. Charlie, what did you give Thor: Love and Thunder?
So I give it a 4.5 out of 5. 4.5 out of 5, because there's always room for improvement in some way, shape, or form. But that's my ranking for the movie in itself, alone, without going into detail yet.
Pretty high. John, how about yourself?
2.5 at best. It's you know,
we're gonna say
it's full. Yeah, it's got plot holes and things that don't make sense and things that don't pay off.
We're gonna save John for last, not because we don't love him. It's because I know he's gonna have some words. All right.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna want to listen to every single one of them. All right, Seabass, what did you give it?
I'm cross between 4.5.
Okay. Hector, where were you at on it?
I want to give it a 3.5.
Okay.
And I am I'm right there with Hector. I'm like 3.5. Now, granted, I've only seen it once. Maybe another viewing or two might help.
It gets a little better after each one.
Yeah, but right now, after seeing it last night was my first viewing, so it's still pretty fresh on the brain. I'm at about a 3.5.
Yeah, I watched it Thursday, so.
Oh man.
The things Thursday, that I liked about
Friday
it.
And Sunday.
What? You saw it Friday, Saturday?
Thursday, Friday, Sunday.
Oh, damn.
There you go. Well, I guess we can kind of go around. Let's be positive for a little while. What's some of the things that each of us enjoyed about the movie? John, if you want to pass, that's fine. But Charlie, you can go ahead. You were ready to rock and roll. Go right ahead.
Okay. Well, see, what I enjoyed is that they actually kept the cancer story of Jane. Rather than giving it a whole new story, they actually kept that story. Now, is it like, say, exact story? Not exact. but pretty damn close. And I could say that was a positive that I saw.
All right. John, did you have any positives? You have at least one. You have at least one positive.
I know one.
I don't know. I can't think of anything really. So
That's all right, John. I'm all right. We'll come back to
my problem with it is I've seen it Friday and I've already forgot the movie, so it's that forgettable. But yeah, so
I can get that. All right.
I'm not going to have a good analogy for you because I haven't written anything. I haven't had time to write down anything, so I haven't like reprocessed the movie. And the problem is I can't really reprocess it. I can't think of it. It's just
you just can't.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah.
Well,
no,
we'll talk about it. Well, you guys go ahead. We'll talk about it a little bit later. A few of the problems it has.
He's like, I'll definitely give you my negatives.
Yeah. Well, Seabass seems to be the highest score out of all of us. So, what is it that really jumped out that just really made you love this film?
For one, I cannot pronounce the director's name correctly, so I am not going to attempt to butcher it.
Oh, Taika Waititi.
Just say Taika.
I'm not
going
to
to
attempt that right now.
Just say Taika. That's fine.
Taika.
Little Taika.
Whatever he's doing from Ragnarok to this, I thought it was like pretty much the same like feeling he put into it. He's giving a slap to Disney on what the recipe for a Marvel movie is supposed to be. It's just doing outside the box kind of shit. So, especially for the new one, he went through all different types of ways that he shot it, like different angles, like different textures, all types of craziness. Like going from the from the black and white for the Shadow Realm to like when they use their lightning or his eyes casted like colors. I thought that was awesome. Most people probably.
So you're talking cinematography work.
Oh yeah, just like the story itself was a little. But but I understand why he went that way. As far as I know, it's supposed to be some sort of political slap for like a deeper meaning to what he was going for, to what's going on in the world now. But that's what I understand from what his choices were. But for the movie itself, Chris Hemsworth was a fucking rock star. Like the Van Damme like references in there cracked me up.
That was a nice Van Damme in the beginning. I'll give you that. That was a good Van Damme. Yeah.
Then he fucking roundhouse kicked that tank thing. There are so many like moments that were like, oh, that's so familiar. Like little things to tug.
I know. Did you just reference Bloodsport? You know.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of nice little Easter eggs and little like hidden meanings behind everything in there. Like especially that background scene when they were at the edge of eternity.
Uh-huh.
All the fucking like celestial gods that were in there that we already pretty much know about. The right half, but not really much the left half.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much stuff in there that if you watch it more than once, you're like, oh shit, oh.
Yeah. I was trying to look for stuff like that, but I was like,
DiCaprio meme when he's pointing at the screen. That was me during the whole fucking movie. I was like, oh. I was having fun.
Down. Yeah.
Like if you go in with a light heart and not too super serious, because you know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a nice mix between like comedy and seriousness. And Christian Bale was the punch. His dark comedy was cracking me up.
Yeah.
So Hector, what did you like about the movie?
Visually, it was beautiful. The visuals were just probably the best visuals in any Thor movie, I thought. And again, Chris Hemsworth, give him a shit script, give him cringe dialogue, he's still gonna be an awesome Thor, like no matter what. I'm not saying that the movie was, shit. I'm just saying he is good as Thor. I think he embodies the role. So he was always a delight to see as Thor. Natalie Portman, I loved her role a lot. I thought she was her role was probably the one that had the biggest, was under the microscope, I think, more than anyone else's, and exactly what she was going to do in her role in this movie. I think everyone, anticipated she was going to replace Thor and all this shit.
They don't know the comics.
Yeah. and Christian Bale, he was amazing. I wish he had more screen time, but the screen time he had was pretty good.
Oh yeah,
he owned every scene. He definitely owned every scene, and
they cut the movie back a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't know, like if I can get to the negatives without, I mean, still in the positives. Like, how do I don't even know how to say this without offending anyone and everyone or your audience, because like I don't even know how to say this. Like, it's a weird time right now, like in cinema, like in Hollywood. Like, they're trying to like please the gays, the straight males, the alpha males, the casual fans, the sophisticated cinema, you know, cinephiles that want, you know, fucking Oscar worthy, you know. It's a weird time right now in Hollywood, and
pushing it all.
There's a little bit of everything that they're trying to fit in this movie, and so like I think being involved in social media, I don't know how much you guys are as far as like with reviews or, you know, bloggers and all this shit, but they kind of ruin it for me. Like you get people that are to the far right and then to the far left and, you know, in the middle, and you just hear it from all sides, and they kind of kill the hype. They kind of kill the fandom in trying to, and with your approach and trying to enjoy the movie. So
I could see that.
I just think it's the audience has evolved. The audience is divided, and it's just really weird. And it kind of, I don't know, like it kind of really depends on your perspective on what side of the aisle you're on, for me, as far as just, you know, finding different little hidden messages, political or not, like in film in Hollywood. And I think this movie is definitely, you know, had a little bit of that. And it just, like, the audience, I went at 3 o'clock at 3 p.m. when I saw it, and it was a pretty good sized audience in IMAX. And some of the jokes, you know, no one really laughed. And then there were some scenes that people sit behind me. I know Korg, when he talked about his dad, you know, banging his dad, and it is like the people behind me kind of gasped. They're like, "What the fuck?" You know, it was just, it's really weird. It's different, man. It's just different times, and times are changing. And I don't know if where Hollywood or where Marvel is gonna go from here with
I think they need to tread lightly on that, honestly. Like, if they are going to include stuff like that, don't make it a big focus, if anything, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And I saw a couple of reviews. Again, that's me, because I go into it. I'm really into like reading reviews. Some folks really felt like, you know, the LGBT community was misled. They wanted more gay representation. There were some guys, you know, the alpha males wanted, you know, there was the King Valkyrie shit kind of offended them. So it's really weird.
It definitely did.
King Valkyrie instead of Queen,
It's not offensive. It's stupid, because a queen, you can't say a queen doesn't have as much power as a king does. I mean, we got the Queen of England. All the queens from Europe have always been just as powerful as the king. So it makes no sense why they would do that, except for just trying to piss people off.
Again, and John, you are a good representation of the side that I'm mad. But am I making sense here, like with the film? Industry, where it's going?
So no, you're totally making sense.
And being involved in the fandom and knowing you have friends and within the community that have specific views, it's kind of different. And and watching film isn't really, it's just not the same anymore.
Well, it's funny because I don't give a hell if you're gay, straight, bi, whatever the hell it is. I could care less, but don't force it upon me if I don't want to actually see it, you know. And don't make me change my point of view when it's my point of view alone. You know, like, be yourself. As long as you're not hurting anyone, that's all that really matters to me. But don't go around.
Just be happy.
Well,
I mean, that's a good point. But my thing is, when it comes to that, like, with me, it's not really that, dude. It's more like, what does that bring to the movie? Like
Yeah,
what, like
exactly.
like the Lightyear film, where the chick kisses the whatever. Like that really brought nothing to the story. Like it's like if that's
just
it's
added.
one thing. It's one thing if it makes the movie amazing. Like Brokeback Mountain. Like those guys had to be gay for it to work. Like it was a great fucking movie. That movie is amazing. You know, like them falling in love with each other. Like that's like a big part of the story.
Oh yeah.
Like having something like that in like Buzz Lightyear. Like if the movie was if it was established that if it's like the characters are gay and it's a love story or something, like give me something. But for it to not really add any value to the movie, that's where the issue, if you want to call it an issue.
It's funny you mentioned the whole value, because remember in Stranger Things 3 is when we find out that the girl is basically gay, and it's not because they did it just to support the gay community. It's because the guy actually liked the girl, and actually took a chance. And then she said, no, it wasn't that it was you that I was head over heels for. It was the girl that was in front of you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, I'm actually explaining something to you. Not just because I'm throwing it out there, I'm actually explaining it.
Get some substance
and with all that other stuff, like Hector was saying, they don't explain it. There's no real moral to the story of just adding that in.
Just to
the problem with like Lightyear is I don't want to see gay or straight kissing and things like that in a general audience movie for children. There shouldn't be any kind of sexual references. There's always been sexual innuendo jokes in kids' movies.
Oh yes,
but not. But I don't even want to see straight in that age group. When you get older, PG-13 and up, you can start adding that stuff in. And I don't care if it's gay or straight when it comes to that stuff. But it's just my personal belief in that. I don't like stuff like that. Children don't need to be exposed to sexuality.
I agree.
I think that's 100% of the audience that refuse to support the movie is basically because of the same reason John's talking about. I mean,
because
again, the scene
3,000 people that grew up with that movie brought their kids and were pissed off that they were being subliminally shown these things.
And with Thor, like the promotion, like the actors, Natalie Portman's interview and her blogs and the things that she was telling the fans, this is going to be the gayest movie ever, and the gayest Marvel movie ever, and it really wasn't, but it
really wasn't.
People are really just the LGBT side, they're not really happy with that. Like the reviews I've seen, and like I said, it's just that kind of makes me believe that a lot of, at least an hour 45 minutes of this movie was cut. There's a lot of scenes in this movie that we didn't see. Yeah, for sure. And
you can
the director actually said he said not like today or yesterday that he doesn't believe in director's cuts, but you can't. Tell me there wasn't a lot of this movie that was butchered out.
If they supposedly shot 4 hours, and if this is the best cut that they could come out of shooting 4 hours of footage, then
no way.
It's
right.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree with you.
I think a lot of I've said
in there.
I think I've said this on multiple episodes, but we've come to a point where there's more of a checklist of things that need to be done when we're making movies as opposed to a good story. And and sadly, the biggest company with the longest checklist is Disney, and they own a large portion of the movies that we're seeing right now.
Oh yeah.
If you go into your smaller studios, A24, stuff like that, you're getting good movies. If they've got whatever in it, it's in there for a purpose. Where there you go. Where now it's there were a lot of things in this movie where I was like, that just felt like a box that needed to be checked, and they were like, oh, this is where we need to reveal something because we've got box number 32 we haven't gotten to yet, And it's like, yeah, but does it do anything for the story? No, it didn't. And the IMAX theater that I was in, you brought up that one scene where Korg's head was telling the story about his father's.
That part cracked me up.
And like I was interested in the story. I was like, he was talking, and I was like, this is the decent part of the movie. And then all of a sudden he says that. So somebody like in the theater, like down low, just scream out, "Gay!" And I was like, "What?" It's like, Jesus. I think that person got a bigger laugh than half the shit in the movie. I think, but
yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't really think. Like I say, I've seen it once, so I can't remember a lot of it. But I didn't really find the political stuff in this movie to be over the top. It's just the other things that were the problem.
There wasn't a lot of political.
I mean, I understand.
Heaven versus hell vibe from it.
There was,
and I completely understand the box checking because there's a name for that. And there's a memo that went around by a certain name, and I can't remember, but it was, and it's supposedly been passed around all of the studios, and it's like literally. They got boxes they got to check off when they're making these movies, and that's a literal thing.
All it is I mean, there may be some deeper dive into this that would turn this show into a conspiracy theory, and I would get lost. But there's definitely
the Court of Owls will come.
Yes, something awful would happen. And now I forgot my train of thought because I was too worried.
I mean, Jody, you
I do it all the time.
That was a very good, description of pretty much what you were trying to say, dude. I agree. It definitely felt like that. Definitely really felt like that.
Yeah.
Well, to keep the ball rolling on the positives, I had a blast.
I like the goats.
Yeah, the goats.
I'm getting to that
their
shit.
Screams run through my nightmares.
I had a blast with this movie. Like I was 100% having fun with this movie until the Guardians left. It's like as soon as they left, the movie.
Damn, dude, that was like
slowly,
early.
I know. That's why I was kind of bummed about it, because like the movie just slowly, and it had little spikes, but it slowly just kind of, and literally, I think the one thing that was really just keeping me alive after they left were the damn goats, because that shit was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
The best.
It made me wonder who came up with the idea for these guys to sound like that. First of all.
And Seabass, you may have done this because you've seen it 3 times. I want to go back and see who was the screaming goats, because if they got somebody awesome to do that, I think that would be hilarious.
Sure, it's a voiceover artist.
I think it was the director.
That kind of.
It could have been. It very well could have been. But and I thought that the best one of them all was when they were just heading toward the dark planet.
And they crashed.
All of a sudden, boom! And like that, that was funny. And then they started screaming. And I was like, "Oh shit, the goats!" I forgot they were out front. But
that shit made me laugh so hard. Even the people in the theater were laughing at that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like this movie felt like I was sitting there with a smile on my face, just like I was with Ragnarok, for the whole first part. Until once the Guardians left, it just seemed like our Thor just got just overly dumb, and he had nice little scenes like him, the conversation between him and Zeus when he was getting pissed. I liked that. I wanted more of that Thor.
I'm laughing.
Yeah,
when that happened, we were talking about the orgies.
And
the people in the theaters were gasping like, "Did he just say that?"
I know. I was thinking.
He said it fast one time, and I was like, "Did he just say orgy?" And then he kept saying it. I love the accent that he freaking did on that.
And then we did the little.
That was great. Oh yeah. When he walked downstairs.
I'll admit, I was that was something that I'll call a negative right there. I was kind of disappointed how they portrayed Zeus. Because they just basically told. Russell Crowe to not even work out at all and just keep your belly,
That's
I can't believe that was Russell Crowe.
Supplemental.
I know.
Smashes.
Yeah. The thing I kind of got from it though, like when he came down and was actually talking face to face with Thor, he seemed a little more like not like that, So it's like, oh, I think that's just for show to keep everybody you know,
No.
party. I don't know. I got like a weird. Again, only seen it once.
Two sides. Two sides.
Yeah. So like, and plus to jump way ahead, the end credit scene. He was pretty damn serious. You know, he wasn't the first. Yeah, he was pretty damn serious, and so I think we kind of got a like the other part of like the Zeus that Zeus wants everybody to kind of think he is the fun party orgy guy. But deep down, I think he eventually according to the after credit scene, at least I can see he's going to be coming back. So maybe that'll put him in the hands of a different director, and they'll make him a little more badass. I don't know.
I was about to say because that was one character that I was definitely disappointed with for sure.
There you go, Hercules. Yeah.
Oh, Hercules.
And I thought, I mean, honestly, I needed more Christian Bale.
Hercules comes.
Yeah, I needed more Christian Bale because that was I liked his rendition of the character.
That reeled you in.
And like that whole scene with him in the cage with the kids, I thought that was just creepy as hell. I liked it.
Oh yeah, that was.
I liked it. And the part that was disappointing was even a freaking montage. I wanted to see him butchering these gods that he had killed off. I wanted to
not
see
just
that.
the one from the beginning. Yeah.
I wanted to.
That's why I'm telling you, there's got to be like a cut to this movie, dude. That they
something.
I'm saying, like,
I mean, like,
the gods.
I kind of got it because like you didn't see him actually fight until he fought Thor that first time. So I guess that kind of like, you know, it surprised you to see, oh, that's how this guy with a sword defeated these gods. He's pretty badass. But I still would have liked to seen a freaking montage of him just slaying these people.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But
it's funny the way, like, the first fight they had, the way he would disappear and reappear to attack you. I'm not gonna lie, that gave me Scorpion vibes from Mortal Kombat.
Or Noob Saibot.
Something like that, you know.
Yeah, because he travels in the shadows.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But Christian Bale, out of like fictional characters, because he's a really good actor in general. He's done a lot of movies, and I know a lot of people really love him for his, Batman portrayal, and and to see him go from that to MCU, and play Gore. And the reason why they give him a nose is because they didn't want it to get confused with Voldemort, apparently.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or his end dialogue? Did it give you like Batman vibes?
A little bit.
Because it gave me Batman vibes.
A little bit.
After a third time watching, there was like the scrunch in his face and his lips. It just made me think of Batman.
Yeah. But I mean, in all seriousness, though, Christian Bale did a really good job, though. I mean, I would say him and Natalie definitely stole the show for this movie when it comes to characters.
Yeah.
And Thor, as much as I like the movies, I will say that I do really like this one because it was almost like they took the cinematography work of Thor: Dark World and Ragnarok and meshed it in a way.
Super colorful, but still
made it super
dark.
bright.
But still dark, yeah, exactly.
Give you
those are the best. Those are the
highs
best superhero. Those are the best villains. Are like ones especially that you can sympathize with in a sense, in a weird, twisted way. And I thought that was done very well on Christian Bale's part.
I totally agree.
And, well, the writing for him, I thought that was probably the top easy top 2-3 villains: Killmonger, Thanos, and Gore. Like those guys, their agendas really you can almost understand and relate.
Yeah, I mean, if there's two things that I would have like firmly changed about this movie that I think would have been good for the future is number one, I would have not. Spoiler alert! I'm sure we've done this already. I would have not had Natalie Portman's Thor die in this film. I would have not done that. I would have kept her alive.
Is she coming back soon?
Well, but
I mean, the second end credits scene.
I would not have officially killed her. I would have made one of the end credit scenes you discovering that she's getting weaker with each time she uses the hammer. Don't tell that in the movie, but make that an end credit scene so you're like, oh shit, like get the audience hyped that this could be our new Thor, or at least a Thor.
Right. Give it, right? Let it be more dramatic. Yeah.
Let the movie end with us excited about this Natalie Portman Thor, but then one of the end credit scenes, let it be revealed, oh shit, she ain't going to be around very much longer. I think that would have been a better idea for the character instead of just hey, she's sick, she's Thor, she's dead. You know, I mean, that's just they could have made this more, and they could do it because I still don't really understand that second end credit scene. Why would you put that there unless it's going to go somewhere? And but the other thing I would have changed is I would have kept Christian Bale alive, because I think that villain's just too good to just die off in this movie. I think that could have been a villain for a couple
always
films.
Seem to kill everybody off so quick.
Yeah,
eternity.
He should have. I mean, he could have gotten involved later on with the Guardians. I mean, something.
Oh yeah.
I have a feeling they will.
I mean, I don't know.
Guardians 3. It's very possible that Christian Bale, his character, could come back to that movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think
they're split up.
I think the main antagonist in Guardians 3 definitely is going to be Warlock. But
can't
wait for that.
That could be a possibility with Christian Bale coming back. But I honestly I thought that, I know that teaser is like fucking like 5 years old. like give us Adam Warlock already.
I know, right?
He should have wielded a gauntlet by now.
Back to the Thor, the end of when Christian Bale, like, I thought he was gonna do something that involved Jane staying alive, like with her cancer.
Me too.
He didn't.
Me too. I thought he was too.
Oh, and when he was dying, he was like, "Oh, he's totally gonna keep her alive. He's gonna wish her."
Yeah.
But nah, man. Fuck that. I mean, if the government killed my kids, I'd fucking kill everybody too. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly.
I have kids. I'm sorry, man. I'm coming after all y'all.
That's part of the controversy.
Yeah. And as a parent, you can relate.
There's subliminal messages all over this thing. It's crazy.
And then I'm gonna throw this out at you. And this didn't hit me until about 2 hours after I saw the movie. With all this, look how great Thor is with kids. Look how Thor gave his power to kids to help beat the bad guy.
That part was.
Look how.
Oh, hell yeah.
Look how Thor has adopted the bad guy's daughter. Look how they're fighting together. Look how you've just watched a movie called Love and Thunder, and you don't know why it's called Love and Thunder until the last 5 seconds of the movie.
Yeah.
I know.
Did we just get introduced to the fact that Thor might be leading the Young Avengers? I don't know. Is Thor going to open up a little kid hero school, and is he going to be the
Xavier,
the Charles Xavier to our Marvel? To our little MCU. I don't know. I just started thinking about that after I was like, oh God, is that what they're doing? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. No.
You see, those are the
wanted to give the fans what they didn't want.
Yeah,
is what I heard in one of his talk show live interviews, that he wanted to give the fans what they didn't think they wanted when he made this movie. They didn't want him to be a dad at the end. Like, they weren't expecting any of that.
It was just weird.
Go outside the box.
Yeah, and that's what Marvel can get away with this shit, because they're like, at this point, they're a fucking well-oiled machine. They can run itself and do very little wrong. But man, that shit was weird. That I didn't really like. If we get to, I don't know when I got to the negatives, but that's one thing I didn't like about the movie.
We can go ahead and dive into the negatives. It's fine.
Him giving those kids the lightning bolts, like, it was like.
I thought that was some weird shit. I thought that was some weird shit.
It was like the Shazam family, you know. I'm like, come on, man. Like, it's whatever. But
that's kind of the plot holes, though, that the bad writing falls into.
Yeah,
it was because. You think that might have been handy to be able to give everybody their powers at the Battle of New York, you know? Give everybody Thor powers, you know?
Yeah,
would have been.
Yeah. What did Charlie dropped out.
No, Charlie. But it's fun.
I'll be dropping out in the next 10 minutes or so.
And Mjolnir being able to reforge itself. You think you could have done that at a different point in time. You think you think he would have probably it would have reforged itself for Thor itself,
right?
Then at that moment in time,
from what I know for the reforming thing, I think it's only for somebody new that needs to be Thor. So I don't think Thor himself could have reformed it. Not that he wasn't worthy. I think it was more so they only did that in the with the Jane Foster comic that they used it for.
That's like John said.
See that all that's new bullshit comic. So it's all within the past 5 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like from what I know is.
All I have to say is Beta Ray Bill. That's all I want to see because he was the first person in the comics to.
That was a rumor to
be worthy of Thor's hammer.
But,
I would be ecstatic to see him come to a live action. In anything.
No. I mean that's kind of the problem with.
There's so many different ones.
Well, and two, Thor's trained his whole life to be Thor, to be and then they just give her all the powers and she just knows how to fight like Thor, And it's lazy to try to think, she's just being given this power through the hammer.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
They should have gave her a montage like everybody else did.
Yeah.
For her
something.
Training.
Yeah, I was super worried. I was super worried when all of a sudden, she's walking around the hammer and it starts moving. I'm like, is that going to be is that just it? Like she just went to the hammer?
Yeah.
Like, are they? And I mean, honestly, and all they gave you, which I felt like it was a little bit, they waited too long. I mean, it was probably like 15, 20 minutes. I don't know. But, to explain that Thor said something to the hammer one time, like keep her safe. And I was like, that's the excuse. Like that's the reasoning. I don't know. And
it's the writing's lazy for Taika Waititi because I've been a fan of a lot of his movies, not just Ragnarok. I've been a fan of in his movies before then, but he's a great comedy writer. There was too much comedy in this movie, and there's a lot of comedy, just like you were talking about earlier, that landed flat. That's how my audience, like at the beginning, during like the Guardians of the Galaxy, like there was a guy sitting next to me who was laughing. I thought, he's going with these people. Laughs the whole movie, and then like after that point, there's a certain point in time, then he was silent through the rest of the movie. It just like everything started this landing flat. Just wasn't funny. That was the thing about Ragnarok. There wasn't too much comedy. There was the right amount. And this feels like it was just an ongoing joke the whole movie.
Yeah, that's why until the Guardians left, I felt like I was watching another Ragnarok. I was like, okay, I'm digging this. I'm liking this. That's cool. But as soon as they left, I just felt like everything just got unnecessarily dumb. It's like a lot of just stuff.
I'm gonna flick you off.
Yeah. I mean, it was just. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a good stupid comedy.
Yes.
But
same here.
I didn't need it here. I
agree.
I didn't need it here. I needed about the same amount of stupid comedy that we got in Ragnarok, which we were getting up until the part that the Guardians left, and as soon as they left, Taika was like, "I'm going fucking crazy now," but. It was like, which I can respect, but it just didn't need to happen here. I don't know. It
was 7-year-old humor. It wasn't funny, and they can't get away with saying, "Oh well, we're trying to make these movies for kids," because you're not. That's not who's buying the tickets. That's not who you're making the money from. It's from adults. That's what's made this whole series popular. You brought out the nerd in a lot of adults.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that's the problem they're running into right now is that. We were younger when we had Iron Man, and we all grew up. We're all those people that were kids in Iron Man are all now in their 30s and whatnot. And Marvel's like, all right, well, Endgame happened. Now it's time to start over again. But you've still got us adults like, no, we would like to continue the story. But Marvel's like, no, we're going to start from scratch now. And everything's got to be kiddie, and because we got to raise a new crop of Marvel fans now. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, I can respect that, but give me a dark side of Marvel label. You know, give me something that continues on with the characters that we know. Bring back Daredevil, bring back Punisher. Do something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man.
Look at Disney with the Echo series.
Tell me how the hell we're gonna have an R-rated Deadpool.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, number 3, it's still gonna be rated R.
That's what they say.
Yeah, but I mean, like, where is he gonna fit?
Yeah,
he's only gonna be R in a Deadpool movie.
Yeah, you're gonna tell me his chemistry with the goofy Thor and the other team they're gonna be, and what's this Miss Marvel TV show? Like they're all gonna be in a team up movie together. Like how's that gonna work?
No, come on, it's not.
We the Brady Bunch movie.
It's not.
Brady Bunch movie.
It's not gonna work, dude. I don't know where they're going with it either.
They need to bring back. Fox did it right. Fox had Marvel Knights with a K, and they had their darker. Punisher was all the Punisher movies were on there. I think the Ghost Rider movies were even on there for some damn reason. But make a separate. It's still Marvel, but just make a separate thing. So when we see that logo, we know, oh, this is gonna be a badass movie. This is not a kids movie.
We should not show the kids.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the heat DC would get if they did what they did to Thor to Superman? Like, come on, dude, it would be such a.
The sad part is they're probably thinking about it right now. They're probably
I'm sure they are.
It's just funny how DC goes darker, but Marvel just tries to stay colorful.
As set. Yeah.
Well, they got so many people hooked in. They know the normie audience, the norm. They're just going to come no matter what. Which I mean, we all see it because we've seen the rest, and we all
established.
Doing something like this.
When you think about it, DC's maybe 8 films in. Marvel's 25 plus deep.
Oh, I know. Yeah. DC's got way more.
And the TV shows, it's
definitely. DC, if anything, is on top of their game when it comes to displaying animation movies or animation shows or live action TV shows and the movies in itself.
Yeah. Are they even going to be able to release that new, the new Flash movie at all? From all the stuff going on with him,
They're still going to release it regardless. Yes.
I think they're not going to talk about it. I think it's going to be released on HBO Max and probably not really advertised.
That's going to be a hit.
And I think that's what they're going to go with that because the panel for San Diego in 2 weeks. The DC panel is only it's just gonna be the cast from Shazam, and The Rock's gonna be there for the Black Adam movie and the whole cast for his movie, and I think that's about it for Warner Brothers and DC. I don't know what they're all gonna they're all gonna present, but definitely nobody from the Flash is scheduled to be there. And
I can't see that happening.
They know to pick some winners, don't they? Amber Heard, Ezra Miller. I mean.
Yeah,
it's
a mess.
I hear that Johnny Depp is the reason why she got hired to even do that movie.
Yeah, it was disgusting in courtroom. Yeah.
It's a shame because I know that Flash movie was basically their reset.
Yeah,
and I freaking want to see it. I mean, we got freaking Michael Keaton coming back for God's sake.
Oh, especially Michael Keaton. Fuck yeah, that would be the only reason why I would go and see it is because of him.
Yeah.
So I was looking forward to Michael. What's his name? The guy that played General Zod. He's coming back.
Nice.
Him come back to it, man.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I think it's going to be a good movie, but I just say just simply recast and move on, and that's where it goes with Ezra Miller, and just move on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all open for recasting Ezra Miller. I'm not going to be against it, but I'm not going to be for it either. In other words, I'm fine either way how it goes. If they happen to release it with Ezra like they plan on doing, I'm okay with just checking it out, seeing how it goes, But if they were to take the approach and get, say, the other guy who does play, Flash in general from the WB show, because I hear that's who they would rather have, I'm all for that too. It's one of those, just do what you feel is right. And if you feel like it's right to recast, then recast. But if you don't, then just go with what you got already. Let the public speak what they have to say, and then just never do it again.
Well, first let's let the courts decide, because innocent until proven guilty. So all
That
these are just
too.
accusations against Ezra.
That's
but
true.
there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them, but still,
Yes.
you know, we just
Well, there's a lot of them on film. There's a lot of this his acts on film, so it's not a secret what he's been doing. But
not at the recent stuff though.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
But WB's keeping hush on it, but I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to go HBO Max.
I don't necessarily hate Ezra Miller. That's the thing. I don't necessarily hate him at all. I actually find him to be kind of like the New Age Justin Long, in a sense, you know?
The non-binary version.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But that's how I look at him. And I have nothing against him personally because I don't know the guy or anything like that. And if he's got problems, he's got problems. So does every fucking person in this goddamn world, you know? Yeah. People forget, you know, that he's still a human being.
I've never beat women and stuff at a bar, though. You know,
I don't know how true that is because there's no footage of him actually hitting someone.
I know the girl that he was on. There's some footage of it where he like grabbed her by the neck or whatever.
Oh, really?
Like this happened like 2 years ago, but she dropped the charges on him. Like there was another instance like these scenarios that he gets himself involved in, like they all end up dropping the charges for some reason. So I don't know, dude. I don't really know.
WB shows up with a big sack full of money. It's like, have you not heard about this Flash movie we got to release? Can you please stop talking?
No, I'm not worried. I'm not going to say they're going to cancel the movie. No, there's too much money tied up in Aquaman and in the Flash movie. There's too much money tied up. I mean, so there's no way.
Well, from what I hear of Aquaman 2, though, Amber Heard's scenes are almost next to none in the editing process.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that she's like pretty much in the hospital the whole movie.
I do find it though funny that the CEO of WB, I guess, was at that trial for Johnny. Straight up just said, she was weird.
Yeah, no chemistry. Yep.
No chemistry, exactly.
No chemistry is what he said, and yeah, I mean, again, another easy fix. You know, delete her scenes, recast, move on.
Yep. No, God, I saw like a tweet, I think from, who was it? The Disc Father, where he reposted somebody asking about the Ayer cut or something like that with Black Adam. And he's like, because Black Adam don't give a fuck or something like that. I can't remember the exact like tweet, but it was funny.
Oh yeah, the most electrifying man, the Joker. And,
yes.
Yeah,
that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
That was pretty funny. Yeah. And,
that shit was hella funny.
I like the way The Rock's teasing, Henry Cavill, Superman on Twitter, but who knows? Who knows what the hell's going on? They have the same agent, so
yeah.
They have Henry Cavill, and they won't do nothing. Well, or they had him. I don't know if he's still under contract or not, but they have him like the most perfect Superman, at least at the moment. Most perfect person to play Superman, and they're not capitalizing on it at all.
I agree.
That's what the new WB owner, CEO, the head guy said the same shit. Like, why have you guys put this guy on the shelf? But also though, I do hear that Henry Cavill's side, his demands are a little unrealistic and a little too much. So it could be behind the scenes. There could be a lot of reasons why things just don't go the way.
Mm-hmm.
Fans want them because he could be wanting. He wants more money. He wants creative control, more creative freedom. So there's a lot of reasons why we'll probably never know, but they're not stupid. They know the demand is there for Henry Cavill.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm actually a fan of Henry Cavill's Superman in general. I like their rendition of him, and the fact that they're not utilizing his capability as Superman is really kind of messed up, because it's like they know they have something good and they're just not doing anything with it.
Exactly,
and it's sad to see. It really is. Because
Yep.
these people have talent. They can do it. But studios saying no. We're not going to listen to the people. We're not going to listen to the fans. Dipshit, if you didn't listen to the fans, you wouldn't have a goddamn studio. How about that?
Exactly.
Well, all that went out the window in the 70s when the corporations started taking over. What became, you know, market testing and things like that became the king of the focus groups and things like that. That kind of became the rule of everything. Who they could sell it to. That's all they care is who ultimately they're trying to sell it to in the long run. What demographic they're trying to sell, what they're trying to sell. It's just and for some reason right now they think woke is selling and it's not.
It really isn't. It really isn't, man.
And that's the problem,
It just divides people, and that's what they forget.
Yeah.
Eternals was just so bad. It's so bad in the box office. Eternals is a good example. Black Widow wasn't that great either. I mean, it got, there was a big, civil issue with Johansson and Disney over that, but still, it wouldn't have done good in theaters, I don't think. But
yeah, because I know when it comes to the Marvel movies for myself, if I had to pick like my so-called favorite out of all of them, I would actually pick Doctor Strange.
The first one, or
the first one, not the second one. The first one.
That's your all-time favorite Marvel movie?
As of right now, yes.
Wow.
Mine's still Iron Man 1. I don't know why. I'm a big Iron Man fan. But I like Doctor Strange as well.
That's just who I pick.
Yes.
I mean, I'm talking like movie, though. I'm not talking about out of all Marvel characters. I'm just talking cinema.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'd probably still
because it was like mixing Inception, with the Doctor Strange, realm, and I thought that was awesome. So I was like, I'm actually really behind that. And Inception was a really good movie. So
yeah, I think for me, it's always going to be either Infinity War or Endgame. It's just, for me personally, in my opinion, it's really hard for any of those standalone movies to come close to over a decade of build-up for this last showdown. Like they invested so many movies, so much character development, so much time into this final showdown with Thanos. Like for those standalone movies, I just find it intriguing when people, I guess what I'm saying is when they find the standalone movies being better than Infinity War, Endgame. Especially Infinity War. I will never forget that theater experience when I was there opening night and Endgame 2. Those are like some moments you will never forget in your life when you watch cinema, and what you in the audience you are with and experiencing moments like when Captain America picked up the hammer. That took like the breath out of my whole body, like, and the whole audience that I was with, like it was like we gasped. It was just and Iron Man 1, Civil War, all those other movies, they never really had moments like that I can remember, that when the audience was just like, wow, it just took everyone by shock. Like, the Russo brothers did a great job with those two Avenger movies. And as much as I love DC and my DC movies, there wasn't really too many moments that the Marvel that I had in those Marvel movies, the feeling that
I mean,
I like Age of Ultron pretty good.
Age of Ultron, it's good, but I wouldn't call it a masterpiece. Some people
nobody likes that movie. Nobody likes that movie, but I fucking love that movie. I love James Spader. Period. His voice was amazing.
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed the movie. I did. Yeah. I thought it was more of a sinister twist, if anything.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded, I'm not going to lie, like the way they kind of portrayed the story in some way was almost James Bondish in some way. Not like all the way, but in some way.
The only thing I didn't like about that movie is the opening scene where they have like the team up where they're like all running together. It's like like the shot with all of them, like the slow motion shots of them like jumping over something. I didn't like that. I felt like that was kind of forced in there. The rest of the movie's good. See, we get the we get the Thor's hammer hint with Captain America in that movie. Remember whenever they were all trying to pick the hammer up?
Oh, yeah.
They're all drunk and they're trying to pick the hammer up, and he goes to pick it up, and I think he knows then he could pick it up, but he doesn't. And like Thor sees him, and he's like, yeah.
Who here got goosebump moments in the movies? Because I definitely got it with Natalie Portman showing up as Lady Thor. And then what was the other spot? Kind of forgetting at the moment, but there was another one where it gave me goosebump moments. But do you guys have goosebump moments from the movies at all?
From any of them, or are you starting?
Well, yeah, any of them, not just Thor.
Well, yeah, Natalie Portman.
Sure,
I was like, holy shit, she looks jacked.
Yeah.
First showed back up.
I think they were CG arms.
I bet they were.
It actually worked out for that.
I don't know, man. Those things look pretty big at one point.
Yeah.
I could definitely see behind the scenes when we get physical media, she's gonna have like gray sleeves on with dots and shit that they just.
Well, I think there are pictures of her with the motion, the mocap stuff on her. I think there is actual pictures with her on it, with it. That's why I say that, because I've seen the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if I.
And I'm not one of those people that says women can't get big like that. I watch women wrestlers.
We hear you, man. We hear you. Listen,
some people act like they seem like the new masters of the universe, and they're like, oh, the women can't get that big. I've seen some women have big arms. Have you ever seen Jade Cargill in the AEW? She's
there was
a big
supposed
woman.
To be a live action adaptation of Masters of the Universe again, but nothing. It never became finalized. Apparently, it was in production at one point, actually filming and all that stuff, but nothing came of it.
Oh, there's screen. I guess you consider it screenshots. I mean, they were fully CG, but the way they did it, they looked freaking real. Of the good and bad tiger, I forget their names right now, but his tiger and Skeletor's tiger. They had what they would have looked like in the movie. And I was like, oh shit, we need this.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what happened to it.
But back to John's right. There was a lot of foreshadowing with. Also, it started the Ragnarok. There was foreshadowing with that. The foreshadowing Civil War with Stark and Captain. When they were cutting the wood. There was foreshadowing with those two guys. The shit was about to get heated with him after the events in Sokovia.
Yeah.
So that, which was in that movie, and so definitely Age of Ultron does play a huge role in the division and where those characters lead in the later movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I just don't feel like we're getting that kind of detail in the movies, especially since Phase 4's kicked off.
Yeah.
It's very what's going on, kind of what they're trying to set up is kind of convoluted. Like the early movies, the Phase 1 basically were just setting up the Avengers, the first Avengers movie.
Oh yeah.
And then they start slowly setting up the Thanos plot in the second two stages. And it's and all the end credits and things like that are really good. And I just feel like this new stuff, they don't know where they're going.
Yeah.
Well, just think about the movies that have come out since after Endgame. We got Shang-Chi, which I personally like. We get introduced to a new character. I thought it was good. I thought it was a really good movie. Black Widow, that movie really doesn't play anywhere in the timeline. It has no significance to Phase 5 or Phase 4, so I can get over that. Eternals, a flop. I guarantee you, Eternals Part 2, if they make an Eternals Part 2, will be nothing like this first one. Spider-Man, home run. Definitely so good. Doctor Strange.
That should be the name of the next one, Home Run.
Doctor Strange 2 was not bad. It wasn't shit, but it was definitely not bad, in my opinion. And then
same here.
I think Thor was like a filler movie, dude. It really doesn't play any significance in the timeline as well. And we really don't know where Thor goes from here. I don't know. Chris Hemsworth, he doesn't even know if Marvel's gonna, call him back, because at the red carpet, he was asked, "Will you come back for Thor? Is this Thor's final movie?" He said, "I don't know. If the fans want it, if the studio calls me, I will do it. I'll keep doing it." But he just doesn't know. And usually, that's a weird sign. Usually these guys know, we're coming back. at the end of the movie, though, if you remember, it said Thor will return, but what Thor are they talking about?
I know.
Yeah.
So like,
made you wonder which one.
Phase 4 is weird. There's a couple movies that really don't mean much, don't really bring anything to the timeline, but it's gonna be interesting what Ant-Man Quantum Realm does. That movie's gonna be fucking crazy.
Oh yeah.
I think Kang the Conqueror is gonna fuck shit up. And I think that movie's gonna probably be a little bit more.
I think that's where they messed up things.
Yeah.
Because Loki, the ending of the series itself with Kang the Conqueror right there, and then you had Doctor Strange with what was it, No Way Home with Spider-Man, and then you had Multiverse of Madness. Nowhere in sight was there Kang at all, and I'm like thinking, well, wait, wasn't this supposed to be the start of it with Kang at the end with Loki, the fracture and everything, but yet not involved?
Yeah, I think the plans for him is because, so according to the Russo brothers, Kevin Feige, he's gonna be the main antagonist moving forward after like the next team up movie. There's gonna be variants. Kang the Conqueror has like multiple variants. Like if you if you remember when he was talking to Loki, he was like, "I'll see you guys around." There's gonna be like a shit ton of variants from him throughout moving forward, and I think that after Quantum, we hopefully get introduced to the Fantastic Four. At least give us something.
Something.
Oh, I know. Well, like when I saw that was the other goosebump thing that I was trying to think of, is that the moment I saw Reed Richards' character played by you-know-who, I went, what the I actually got excited. I was like, you know what? A lot of people wanted him to play Reed Richards, and it actually happened. And luckily, I stayed away from like spoilers and shit like that because I didn't hear anything about him being in the movie at all. I just knew that people would like him and his wife to be in the Fantastic Four movie. But when it came to Multiverse of Madness, I'm like, I'm not even thinking about him being that other person.
Yeah, I got excited and then got hungry because the way she turned him into spaghetti.
Yeah, right. You're right.
Pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But honestly,
I was so disappointed.
That was exactly, that's where I'm going with it. That was one of my low parts of Madness, Multiverse of Madness. The way she fucking cut through those guys. Like
exactly, no fight.
If I had to have one, that was one of the moments.
It's just when you have characters like that, like especially a lot of these new characters where they're basically overpowered. It just doesn't make it fun throughout the whole thing. Because even like Thanos he had vulnerabilities. He was almost, there's a few times where he almost got beat. Just he had to have the power of the gauntlet to push him over the edge in a few fights. But he was definitely. But when you have all these people that are just like they can just kind of do whatever they want, they got these like magical abilities, and just kind of allows them to have, to do anything that they need to do. It just, it's not fun. It's not as fun. It doesn't, and that's how Jane was, in this movie. That's how female Thor was. She was just like, they just give her powers. There's another girl, they give powers. All the girls just get their powers. They don't get to earn their powers, like the men. Men all earn their powers,
Yeah, like you were saying.
Except maybe Black Widow, maybe.
Yeah. No, agreed. And again, like I gotta go piggyback off what you were saying earlier. They really gave no story how she was. Her abilities to just take the hammer. Like she shows up, she goes to Asgard and fucking looks at the hammer
spark,
and then that's it. Like give us some story, man. There's got, like I'm saying, it just doesn't make any
exactly.
sense. There's got to be more to the movie that they cut out. That's
I thought going in it might have been done badly, but I thought they would have it would be some kind of science thing that she figured something out. Some kind of science experiment, and it reforged the Mjolnir, something on those lines, instead of, I mean, there's no explanation. I like you're saying. I hope there is the cutscenes there. Maybe there'll be some cutscenes of explaining that process. But I mean, they want you to take a leap of faith. It's just something in filmmaking. They want you to take a leap of faith and think, well, this is how we got from A to B. You know, just from a film edit. But the problem was, it's the way the pacing was of the movie. The edit came way too far down the line for it to have any real impact. If they'd have cut it a little bit closer together, but they spaced it out. There was like, what, 10 or 15 minutes, you say, Jody? You've seen it multiple times. Like, it's like, why did, you know, that's the pacing of the movie. The pacing of this movie is almost like that god-awful James Bond movie we got. It's like there was like action, you know, the opening was really good. The opening once again was like the movie. It was like, you know, the way, you know, the James Bond movie. The opening was like a James Bond movie. It felt like a James Bond movie, and then the rest of the movie was like this slog. You know, it was just a lot of talking, and then it would go to like a chase scene or something, and then more talking. And this movie felt like that. I felt 2 or 3 times. It's like, get on with it, you know, just get on with it. Get to the next thing. It's just too much dialogue here and there, and it just.
Yeah.
It just kind of slowed the movie down. I felt like that's why people stopped laughing. And I just felt like the pace of the movie slowed down too many times, and it just kind of drug on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only thing that woke you up was the screaming goats.
Yeah.
God, I love those goats.
I wasn't a big fan of that.
You weren't a big fan of the goats?
No.
I thought they were funny, honestly.
That
threw me off guard.
Yeah, that's probably
it was too much. It was too much of it. There was a bunch of scenes, and there was too much Taika Waititi too as the rock monster. He just had to put himself in the movie as much as he could, you know. Yeah. See, because in Ragnarok, there's not very much of him, and it's more impactful. His scenes are more impactful in the movie. But he's just throughout this whole movie. And even the part where he technically gets destroyed, his body gets destroyed, they still managed to keep him in the movie.
I was about to say, when I saw that, I was like thinking, oh shit, they killed him. And then all of a sudden his face is still there. I'm like, well, that was anticlimactic, you know?
Yeah. They kind of took a page out of that Malignant movie.
It just, like, it made me laugh at the fact that they were willing to go that far to keep him alive. But it still had me have a little bit of disappointment because it was one of those like, well, that made sense for him to die. You know?
Yeah, the pacing reminds me a lot of the what's another movie? Oh, the Star Wars Episode 9. The pacing was so fast. It was so like god awful just from start to finish.
Yeah.
It's funny. I didn't necessarily hate all the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, just that last one, the Rise of Skywalker. It just from the start to finish, just same. This movie reminded me of it.
Huh? Yeah, because for me personally, I guess just because I'm a fan in general, I probably don't see it as much of a bad movie as like a lot of people do. Just because I'm a fan.
Yeah, I don't think the movie was that bad. I just think the pacing was just really, really fast. Just like the pacing for this movie was pretty.
Yeah.
From the start.
Yeah.
I still enjoy them, honestly. I really do.
I can't comment on how good the movie looked because my eyes have been kind of bad lately. That's one reason I haven't been doing as many shows because I've got problems with my eyes. I think my cataracts are getting worse. So like the movie just stuff don't look good. So no matter what, even wear my glasses and stuff. So I have no idea if it looked good or not. I mean, I can see it just fine, but the definition isn't all there. So I can't really comment on how good the movie looked too much. Oh, that's one thing I want to talk about. The score was shit in this movie. Like I know there's a few pops, a few rock songs and stuff scattered throughout, but like all the original score, like the classical, was generic. Did you notice that?
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was expecting more, rock.
Yeah.
when we got it, it worked. I think there was one of them, and I forget which spot it was. There was one of them that just didn't work for me. I was like, this is weird.
Well, they kept playing Sweet Child O' Mine over and over, too.
That's true, too.
Like, they played it multiple.
Is this the only one y'all got a license to? I don't understand.
Yeah, honestly, Marvel scores, their motion picture soundtrack, they're not really memorable to me.
Yeah.
Like, they don't really stick out a lot in the first place, but yeah.
The Guardians of the Galaxy, which it was all rock, pretty much it was all rock. And maybe Taika doesn't want to step on James Gunn or something, his movies, by putting too much rock in his movies, trying to copy. Maybe that's... But the original score just wasn't very good, like the classical. I was noticing a couple of times, like, man, this is like really like cookie cutter kind of classical. You know, it just wasn't.
I did like the guitar intro for the Marvel logo. I thought that was cool. I was like, damn it, they could have used that for Guardians 3. That's a shame.
We could have got to ask Guardians of the Galaxy. You know,
we could have got it.
I mean, the Guardians of the Galaxy, he could be there in the Guardians. They might have him there, and it could be a storyline that takes place before the Thor movie, maybe. Mm-hmm. Since it's been worked on for such a damn long time, maybe it does. Maybe he is part of an adventure, but those adventures would be cool because the chemistry between those actors are really good. Like,
yeah,
because that's stuff at the beginning was funny. I did think that was the funniest part of the movie. Some of the Quill and the banter between him, you know, it's kind of like that jealousy between each other, you know, that tension they got. It was kind of funny, and it was just I think a lot of people. There's so many movies that's been made here lately. There's like hints of that movie within the movie that I'd rather see than the actual movie that was made.
Right.
You know, and like
yeah, agreed, man. You know. Yep.
Going by what you said about the score, though, that was strictly just Guns N' Roses.
Not in all parts.
I would say a good portion of it was Guns N' Roses.
There was
trying to compose it.
No, there was a lot of filler classical. That's what I was talking about. There's like the classical score. There was an underlying classical score that went between different scenes, and it was just kind of generic sounding.
Yeah.
No, the Guns N' Roses is fine. You know, the rock portions of was fine. There's also, I believe it was the scene where the kids get the lightning. Wasn't that like November Rain or something? Wasn't that?
I think it was November Rain.
Yeah.
Isn't that the climax of that song?
Yeah, the solo. Yeah,
the solo part popped up.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember the name of the song too. I was like, wait, I know that song. Which song is that one? And I'm like, that has to be November Rain. I just kept thinking it has to be November Rain.
I agree with 4K Blues here. I agree with you, but just looking at watching the ending of this movie, I don't know what we're gonna get in a next, not just the next Thor solo movie, but just Thor in general when he pops up in the next film. I don't know what kind of Thor we're gonna get.
I just noticed Hector wasn't here.
Yeah, we lost him. I think he was just sitting there, and all of a sudden, boom, he's gone.
He was there, yeah. Seabass, same thing. I didn't even hear him say anything like, "Hey, later."
Yeah, he never came back either. So
I heard him say something while I think one of us was talking about him having to get off soon, but I guess I think he had phone trouble, and so he just said forget it. But how many names are on the wheel?
Looks like 5.
Oh no,
5. Yeah, 5 tonight.
Did you put CPass and Hector on there?
No. Should I?
Yeah, go ahead, just put them on there.
Add me on there, shit.
And Charlie wants on.
Especially if it's a poster, I'm definitely down for that.
It's a pretty cool looking, and they do good post. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like super shiny and awesome because I've gotten some.
Well, I've never had a movie poster from the theater.
Well, it's not gonna. They're not like movie poster size. They're more like just like print size. They're like 13 by 19.
Oh, but they're from the theater still, though, aren't they?
Yeah. They're exclusive. I don't know how many of these they did. I think the last, what's one of the ones I got? I think it's usually like a print run of like maybe 500, and that's it. But they're all numbered individually. I've got them for like the Joker. I got a couple of them for the Joker. I had a Batman one.
What sucks about theaters now, though, is that their display posters are not even posters anymore. It's digital posters.
That's true, too. Yeah, I think
so you don't even get to claim them.
The same time Regal put out these little 13x19 posters, like we have tonight, they also put out an IMAX poster, and it's like 7 feet tall. Oh. And whenever they put out an IMAX poster, it is ridiculous. And they go.
I like the IMAX. I like the IMAX cards they used to give out at the.
Oh yeah.
But they quit doing that. I like collecting those. Those little.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'd be lenticular too. Every now and then.
I remember that. Those. Which gave it it made you feel good about the price you were paying. Now it's the same damn high ass price, and it's just a little piece of paper.
Yeah.
I did opt in for the popcorn bucket though. I got the popcorn bucket last night.
The Mjolnir.
I think they had 2 or 3 of them, but this has got the big X with with Thor and Lady Thor, Mjolnir in the middle, and then logo, and all this is embossed, which is really cool.
Because there's apparently at the theater, I think it's Cinemark, you're able to get a thing of popcorn, but it's actually Mjolnir's hammer.
Yeah, that was AMC.
Was it AMC?
Yeah, AMC had it. I for the first time, at least that I know of, they actually made it available on their website to buy, just direct where you wouldn't have to go to the theater. And I grabbed one because I was afraid it was going to be too slim pickings. But yeah, I think Seabass went and grabbed another one today. I think he had to drive because he called me. He was like, "Did you get one of these things?" I was like, "Yeah, I ordered one." But yeah, I want it because I got the AMC Batman cowl popcorn bucket. That thing's awesome.
Yeah.
We don't have an AMC around here. Well, I take that back. We do have an AMC, but it's like, for some weird reason, it's like a discount theater here. We don't have like a major AMC theater.
I think we have one, but it's a good 45 minutes away, and it's like attached to a mall. So I don't even know if how much of this cool shit they would have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I didn't get a
discount theaters.
I didn't get a bucket this time. They were out at my theater. I got a cup though, so.
Yeah, it was a cup combo. This is the cup it came with. It's got a Thor on the side and Lady Thor, and then this part up here it comes off, and it's actually a keychain. But I took the keychain part off of it. It was just a little hammer.
I didn't get that part. I think they forgot to give me that. The cup's the same, but
it didn't have that in there.
No.
Oh, go back.
Yeah.
Tell them you forgot my keychain.
I demand it. Yeah. As long as I get a cup, I'm happy because I've got a bunch of cups, and I like the metal tins, but I wasn't gonna make a fuss over tin this time. You know,
they're pretty cool. That's only the second one. I got one for the Batman, but it's a pretty cool thing. I don't want to get into them, or else I'll start buying them. And I got no more room, guys. I got no more room for anything.
Yeah,
it's a big shit show over here. I gotta figure it out.
Thanks to Hector and Seabass for joining us, though.
For real, that was cool.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I know we didn't really get the other people that said that would. Tim from Tim Talks Talkies, he was supposed to see Thor, and apparently he didn't get to, and that's why he never confirmed if he could make it.
I got
Lana didn't show up either, so I don't think.
I know, because I thought she had told me to send her, send a link, and I'm like, okay, so that's why I told you, and maybe she got busy. I don't know. When my connection went out, when I went to go try to come back in, I went ahead and shared the link just in case on my end, and was like, here you go.
That's cool. We got about it's almost 15 minutes till.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and spin the wheel? You want to go and knock that out?
Yeah, we can.
Well, we got 7 people now, 8 people. Gave out free posters. That'd be cool. That would be cool. Opening night, free little mini posters.
If I was a manager at these theaters, I'd be trying to get all the movie posters and everything, any kind of promotional thing that came out with movies. I'd be trying to get all that stuff.
Those big giant cardboard stand-ups. I'd be all over that shit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially well, you remember back in the day? Back in the day.
No,
go ahead.
No, I'm talking about the stuff you give away to people that come in. You know, like lobby cards and like the free posters they give away. Sometimes they have. I've tried to get all that stuff. I'd have a whole table set up for people to get stuff because I love stuff like that, like the mini posters and things like that. And they used to call them lobby cards. They used to get like little Post-it cards and stuff from the movies, but they don't do that anymore. I've never seen any place doing.
Yeah, they need to cut back on some of the advertising dollars and put it back toward cool shit like that.
Oh
yeah, they spend as much money as they do on
for
marketing
real.
these days, and we don't get hardly anything for it, at least physically.
It's just a whole bunch of advertisements and T-shirts and stuff. Give me some free stuff.
It's crazy how much it costs. It takes to make a movie break even anymore.
I know, right?
Oh, definitely.
It costs $250 million. Then they spend another $250 on advertising. No, they have usually $500-600 million in the movie by the time it comes out. So they have to, one of these big movies.
It's ridiculous. Crazy. All right. Well, we've got what is this? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. 8 people.
2, 4, 6, 8.
8 people on the wheel of death. If you haven't been on the wheel of death before, we're going to spin the wheel. If your name pops up, you're dead. You're gone. We don't like you anymore. You're not going to win the prize.
Nope.
So,
you guys ready?
Good times. Let's spin it and win it. Our first person off tonight that will not be getting the poster. Not Steve. Oh, Hector. Come on, Hector. Oh, dang. You were here and everything.
I know.
Bet you thought you won. Ha ha. Confetti and everything. That's just rude.
It is kind of rude, isn't it?
Oh, who's going to get it? Oh, JJ Watt. Oh. How about JJ Watt? Angel didn't like the movie, so if he's one of the winners, if he ends up being the winner, that's going to be hilarious. I can't wait.
That would be hilarious.
Tell you that. There goes that one. We are down to our final 5.
Yes,
we are spinning. Oh, you got your wish. You're out. Bye-bye. You hated the movie. Fine. You don't get a poster. Ha ha. You would have hated me sending you that message later. Hey, guess what you won? You'd be like, son of a bitch. Charlie's still on the wheel. On the wheel. And that's a long name. What does that say?
Oh, I
Forever
misspelled
Online.
it. Yeah, Forever Online 20. Sorry, I misspelled it. My bad.
Well, we can stop the wheel right there. We have, what is this, 4K Bites, we have Seabass, and we have our own Charlie. Gentlemen, you each won the poster tonight because that's right. There are 3 posters. So we have 3 winners tonight. Of course, Charlie, I know you. How are you? I know how to get a hold of you. I know how to get a hold of Seabass. 4K Bites, DM me, DM Charlie, John, or go straight to the Cult Collectors Instagram and DM us there. And I will get your info for shipping. As soon as these things arrive, I will pack them up and send them out because they are on order. The thing just happened Thursday.
Awesome. Can't wait to see what it looks like in person.
I can't wait to see what it looks like either. I'm excited to see them and roll them up and mail them out. But, well, that was fun. That was good times. Oh, you guys want to hang out for 10 minutes?
So that actually feels good.
That feels good, doesn't it? I love winning stuff.
Before we get off here, what did you guys get anything new this week as far as movies?
Well, this was new. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, Nicolas Cage.
Okay. There you go. I haven't even opened this yet, but I got the steelbook. It was a UK exclusive. I got it through Zavvi, but I got the steelbook for Ambulance. Did any of y'all see that?
I haven't watched it, but I do have the movie.
Yeah.
Is it good? I heard it was actually really good.
I liked it a lot.
I've been hearing good things.
Yeah, it was really good.
This is an older title, but it's called Heist. It's Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Robert De Niro.
There you go. Okay. There you go.
Yeah, it's like it's basically just a chase movie, a car chase movie.
Yeah, that's kind of what I like. So, but as long as there's a good story behind it, I'm cool.
I think for the most part, it's like mostly practical effects too. It's not a lot of CG. It's not very much CG. So it's like real chasing and real helicopters.
And I heard they used a lot of like drones to film this. So some of the
it's Michael Bay. Hello.
Yeah, some of the crazy stuff is like drone footage.
Yes, it is Michael Bay, but the dialogue is good in this movie.
Oh shit!
the human element is really good.
Oh man, who did he hire? Holy hell!
Yeah. So
I did get these two: Jawbreaker with Rose McGowan, and what's her name? Rebecca Gayheart.
Yeah.
She actually liked my post.
Oh yeah, you sent me that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Man.
And then this one too, with the Witches remake with Anne Hathaway.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
I would say those are the most newest.
Yeah, I got a stack of shit downstairs that arrived yesterday, but like it's downstairs, and that's so far away. It's just a bunch of cool. It's just a bunch of cool shit I got off of eBay from the UK. So it's it's nothing like new stuff. It's new to me, so I thought that was pretty cool. And
you got to show it off.
I need to show it off, but it's downstairs.
I don't have hardly anything. I don't have anything to show you guys.
You didn't get anything good.
It's in the other room. Yeah, it was just I just picked up a bunch of like Trailer Park Boys stuff that I haven't owned. A bunch of DVDs.
Yeah.
Like there were some specials and things I didn't own for some reason. I was like, well, I'm gonna pick them up. I got them cheap, so I didn't have season 12 for some reason. I thought I had all the seasons, but
that's
I was
how long it's
12.
been out.
That's a lot.
Yeah, well, it's 12 seasons over about 20 years though, because
that's
it
true.
started like in 2001, I believe was the first season, and
okay.
And then it spent like I think 7 seasons on Canadian television before it came to Netflix, and that's when it blew up. And when Netflix around 2012 or 13, that's when it kind of blew up when it hit Netflix, and people in the United States started being able to watch it. And
see, then, I know Trailer Park Boys, but I've never actually watched them.
It's some funny stuff.
Well, I'm sure it is. Like the guy with the big ass glasses. Isn't he the same guy from The Office that goes, "He took me deeply"?
No, that's not the same guy.
That has to be the same guy.
No.
It's not the same guy.
It's not the same guy.
Wow, it looks a lot like him.
I forget that actor's name. You'd actually probably be more surprised on who that actor is that plays that guy.
Really?
Yeah. I forget his name, but he's in a bunch of shit.
Huh. I'll have to look that up.
He's the judge in Idiocracy.
Yeah.
As well.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember the judge that I think it's the first judge that come.
I haven't seen Idiocracy in forever, so I don't remember much of it, so I'd have to rewatch it.
That's something I need to watch, but I'm going to have to get the subscription to Paramount Plus, but I want to see the new Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, I watched it.
Yeah.
I accidentally have Paramount Plus, so
honestly,
I can watch
when you watch this Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, this one's more of an actual Beavis and Butthead Do America, because it's shit you not. It's kind of poking fun at everything that's going on today, technically, and even though it's globally in some places, but it's also very U.S. based. This one just seemed like it fit more of the title of Do America than Do the Universe.
Oh.
I think there's actually going to be a new series. Mike Judge was on Joe Rogan a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about there's actually going to be a new series, and there's going to be like little video cuts like before, but they're going to be making fun of like TikTok videos and things like that.
Nice.
That's funny.
Nice.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
I like that.
Sounds
I like
cool.
that concept.
Well,
but it's going to be.
Go ahead.
But I'm sorry. He was just he said it was going to be like the original show where you got 2 separate cartoons in one 30-minute, and then it's going to have like the video interludes with making fun of social media kind of stuff.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I think we got like 5 minutes left, and I enjoy this question that Forever Online 20 just gave us. So I think we should end tonight trying to answer this question, because it's a great question. It's this curious question. What happens when you run out of wall space for movies?
That's when you figure out what you know you're not going to have anymore and sell it.
Yeah, kind of.
Start stacking them.
Yeah, true. When I moved here, none of this was here, but the shelf that was here wasn't fully this entire wall. So my first solution was I built more shelves.
I met you before you put that shelf up.
Dude, when this thing is full, and I'm not going to lie, it's shockingly getting close. When this thing is full, I got no plan. I got zero plan. I tried my best. I used to have some figures and stuff up here too. I've made a figure shelf on that side of the room, so I've made more room over here by moving that stuff. But hopefully I'll be able to make it through 2022. Surely to God. And this is a question that we'll come back to when I run out of room. Basically, when you come back and I'm crying, that means I'm out of room, and there's this shit on the floor, and I don't like shit on the floor.
I would say we all have decent collections, but John, goddamn, like some of the pictures you take sometimes, I feel like you have more than we do.
Sean's got rooms. He's plural. Okay, he's pluralized.
I got 40. Thing. Yeah, I've got. Well, all of my stuff isn't out. Like I've got a bunch of DVDs and a bunch of more TV. I got enough TV to more TV that'll probably fill up at least half of one of these. Shit, which you can't see. This goes all the way to the ceiling.
Yeah.
And down, all the way down this wall. But all together, I don't know. I've kind of lost count with my my app on my phone. I haven't got everything scanned into it, but I don't know. I'm 4,400 something.
Yeah.
Plus another over 1,000 laser discs. So
I was about to say, you definitely have like a laser disc collection.
But a lot of those are rehashes. You know, they're just like the same titles as I have on Blu-ray or DVD.
Oh, yeah,
so it's not like I've got 1,000 more separate titles.
Oh no, I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that you do have at least a collection of some sorts with them.
Yeah. I haven't really been collecting those. I know you guys are wanting to get out of here.
Oh no,
but I haven't been collecting.
And Hector apparently just messaged.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he sent me a message too.
But I think I've got too much. Is what I'm saying. I've got too much stuff.
So does Jody.
I don't have any places left.
I'm going to have a rough decision. Do you start actually downsizing, selling stuff off? Do you start just kind of tucking away things that you don't want to get rid of, but it's fine if it's not on the shelf? You know, just get a bin, put it in something, store it somewhere safe. I don't know. No. My kids have got big closets. I could probably fit some shit in there.
Well, me, it's all about like, what do I really, really, really want in my personal collection? Not so much family, but like personal. And I've been trying to use my eBay store to sell off what I feel like I'm not going to need anymore in a sense. And it's usually if I upgrade to like a Blu-ray, then I sell the DVD. Or if I upgrade to a 4K, then I sell that Blu-ray that I had. But there are some that I will keep as like memorabilia.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting day. It will.
I wish I had the space, like I've told you guys before, I wish I had the space and the money to be more of an archivist and have like I'll never sell anything. Like as far as movies, I'm a movie hoarder, but I don't have them stacked in every room in my house. Now I would never get to that point, but I don't like getting rid of any of this stuff. I've got rid of quite a few DVDs and stuff that were I've got rid of a lot of DVD, like Blu-ray 2-packs. I've given a bunch of those Blu-ray DVDs away, not Blu-rays and stuff like that. But some of them I had already on DVD, so I give some of those away here and there. And I kind of wish I hadn't done that, but for the most part, it doesn't matter. There's a few movies that there's like some special features on the DVD that didn't translate up to the Blu-ray, but not enough to really make a big difference. So but it'd be nice to be able to win the lottery, build a little warehouse, and then have all the space you wanted.
I got 5 more years till my oldest is 18. So if I can get him out of here, I can just take his bedroom and kind of make a little store. I'll get those racks that have movies on both sides and just put a couple in the middle of the room. And then every wall could just be shelves. I got a plan.
How many years until that? How many years until?
Well, he'll be 18 in 5, so he either has to have a good job being in school, or I'm going to kick him out. So it's whatever's going to happen in 5 years. We'll just have to we'll just reconvene when that happens.
Yeah, my son's 14, so he's 4 years away.
There you go, man. That's all. That's all you got to look forward to.
He always looks at me like, "Why do you put me through all this shit?" And it's like, so you know what the hell you're doing when you're out on your own.
All right, guys, this was fun. I know we got to wrap it up because we're hitting the 2-hour mark, and that's going to eat away at our posting. But this was great, guys. I had a good time. I enjoyed getting everybody's thoughts on the movie. Both you guys, Hector and Seabass, and we'll see y'all next time.
Yep.
Everybody have a good night.
See you later.
See ya.
See ya.